Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Today, I'm looking at Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 2, Chapter 15, Tales of Ba Sing Se. And, yeah, it's a great anthology episode. With 6 really good stories told fantastically in a set of 25 minutes. It's a fantastic episode. So, Katara and Toph having some fun time in the first short is surprisingly sweet. Toph just being her normal self, and I didn't realize how big her hair was. I mean, wow. And there are some fun moments with Toph is worried about her feet, and when they start cleaning her feet. It was funny that 2 people had to hold her down while her feet getting clean, and she earthbended them. That was funny. And Katara being an absolute sweetheart, taking her out for the day. That was really nice. But then we get some girls bullying Toph, saying she looks like a poodle monkey. But in a fun moment of character writing, Toph agrees with them and decides to earthbend them. And Katara just going along with it. Hey, that was funny. And she waterbeds them out of it. So it's a generally sweet short. And it shows that Katara and Toph have grown very close. I mean, since chapter 8, they've been a really good duo. And this short proves it. Now, Sokka's one is goddamn funny. So he's mesmerized by hot chicks who know poetry, but being kicked in the rear by a horse, I think. He pretty much goes into a poem standoff with one of the women. And it seems to work at first. There are some funny ones, and the girls seemed into it. But then he gets one too many. My name is Sokka, I am Akka, and I'm gonna rock ya. That was one way too many syllables, pal, and 2 syllables there, pal. Oh boy, that's so sad, but it's a pretty funny moment for Sokka. Aang's one is pretty good. So he comes across the zookeeper who's trying to get his animals, and despite Aang saying he's good with animals, them causing havoc says otherwise. But at least he uses his bison whistle to not only summon them, but to save the zoo. That was generally sweet. Even though he accidentally got a house cat thrown into it. So, hey, at least the effort was there. Plus, we get another cameo from the cabbage guy. And I just love, he's like, my cap! No, forget it. And when the cabbage guy is around, that's when comedy is there. Zuko's is surprisingly gentle and sweet. So, there's this girl who's at the tea shop, and Iroh sets a date up for Zuko and this girl who's named Jin to spend the night together. And it's generally sweet. I mean, Zuko just being Zuko until Jin takes him to a place where a part of the town is lit, but it isn't, and Zuko uses his firebending to light it up for her, which is generally sweet. But it ends on a really somber note when Jin kisses him and Zuko kind of shuts himself off. But when Iroh asks him if he had a good first date, you see, at first I was like, that's way out of character even for him. But then he opens the door and was like, it was nice. At least Zuko had a good time, surprisingly. Now, Momo's one is quick and short. So it's pretty much said with no dialogue, but through Momo's eyes. I thought it was generally sweet. He's got these 3 cats following him around, and then Momo and the cats get kidnapped by a bunch of poachers. Momo escapes, but then he realizes he's no better than those cats, so he sets them free too. And I think in a rather kind of confusing scene, I think they take a piece of Appa's fur that Momo had tied around his wrist off of him, and they lead him to a footprint which obviously looks like Appa's, and it ends on a really sad note with Momo holding a piece of Appa close to him as he lies sleeping on top of Appa's footprint while it rains. Wow. But the best short in this episode is Iroh's, and it has got to be one of the most sweetest and saddest ever. And I read that this was Iroh's voice actor Mako's final episode before he passed away in 2006. Now, yes, he passed away in July 2006, and this episode aired 3 months after his passing. But Mako's vocal performance really nails Iroh's character. Iroh's just having a beautiful day going through the streets of Ba Sing Se when he does sweet things for people. He calms a little boy by singing a sweet song. He teaches a guy who was about to mug him how to throw a stance properly, and finds out that he just wants to be a masseur, and he gives him tea out of the kindness of his heart. He even helps a couple boys escape from a crazy guy, which was generally sweet. But the most saddest of all is when he goes up to a tree, sets up a little picnic, and sings one of the most beautiful songs as he starts crying about the loss of his son who died in the war. This was utterly devastating, and Iroh crying has got me teary-eyed. And the short ends in the memory of Mako. That's a beautiful send-off to an actor. That is one of the sweetest things I ever seen. This is how you pay respects to an actor who passed away. What a beautiful note to end on. For Mako. Rest in peace, Mako. You will be missed. And yes, this was 19 years ago, but it still hurts, damn it. So, that's my review of Tales of Ba Sing Se, a fantastic anthology episode. Katara and Toph's was fun, Sokka's was funny, Aang's was good, Momo's was sweet, Zuko's was gentle, and Iroh's was beautiful. But if I had to rank them, I would say Iroh at the top, Katara and Toph, Sokka, Aang, Zuko, and Momo. Beautiful episode. I could not recommend this enough. Rest in peace, Mako. You will be missed. Tomorrow, I'll be looking at Chapter 16, Appa's Lost Days. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.